Hello, this is Thomas Chambers with Denison Yacht Sales. Today's video tutorial is on listing reports. We'll break down what they are, the purpose behind them, and how to replicate them. When a boat owner wants to sell their boat, they come to Denison Yacht Sales and one of our licensed brokers helps them sell their boat. The purpose of the listing report is to show the exposure each boat is getting through the digital media channels, whether it's websites, whether it's additional marketing through print ads, and really the numbers breakdown behind everything. Let's break down this specific listing report for the 64 Azimut, going page by page, starting with page 1. Page 1, a table of contents, shows the specific information behind the listing report month, the name of the owner, the boat name itself, and what year and length and manufacturer it is. Scrolling down, you see each page breakdown. Page 2 is current advertising, page 3 traffic reports, page 4 inquiries, page 5 appraisal and market report, page 6 listing and specifications, and page 7 additional marketing. Lastly, on the bottom fold of page 1, you see the broker's contact information and a headshot to show that this was prepared by each individual broker for the purposes of making sure you know what we're doing with the boat. Each section can be clicked on and it'll go to that specific page. It'll jump to it. Now we'll break down later on in this video tutorial how to do that, but know that this table of contents makes it where any owner can go simply to the very page they're looking for. Let's scroll down to page 2. Page 2, current advertising. This is a set list where boats are found through Denison Yacht Sales for each and every listing. The 64 Azimut is found on every single link here except for Boat International and superyachts.com, which are used primarily for super yachts, and Sail Magazine because the 64 Azimut is a motor yacht. Each of these sections of text have the link. So for Boats International does not, Boats.com, Boat Trader, they all have links to the boat so the owner can see exactly how it looks and where it goes. Page 3. Page 3 are traffic reports. 5 different locations, 6 different metrics for page views from April 1st to 30th. Now this number will change, this date range will change depending on when you make this. The numbers were gathered independently and we'll have that information to give to you, but it needs to be thrown in here. Let's go to page 4. Inquiries. Very straightforward, very simple. The email inquiries, how many people have emailed about the 64 Azimut? 5 in the lifetime. How many people have called about the 64 Azimut? 2. And so far, John Keenan has had 0 showings for this boat. Now this is important information for the owner to see what the number is, and then the broker can break down why that number is as it is. Going to page 5, the appraisal and market report may be the most important section of the listing report. This is an Excel sheet that shows comparables of that boat, the 64 Azimut in bold, as it stands with other boats in the same range, whether the years are similar, the date introduced to the market, the size, the length, the asking price, the location, and the dollar per square foot. That's the top section. The bottom section shows the sold boats in that very same range. So the criteria is found here on the bottom left for the boat owner to see exactly what was used to generate this information. And here's a very, very small summary of what that criteria brought in. This is powerful so the boat owner can see whether or not they're in competition based on price, whether they are one of a dozen different boats that are just like theirs, but yet they just can't compete. Whether it's newer, a better price, whatever the case may be. Going down to page 6. Page 6, listing and specifications. This is an attached page from Yacht Council that shows the specifics of the boat. All you have to do for this is find the boat within Yacht Council and have the attached PDF. Pretty straightforward. Lastly, page 7. Now this may not be applicable to every single listing, But for page 7 and this 64 Azimuth, we do have additional marketing. John Keenan placed an ad, a print ad, within Las Olas magazine for June 2013 with this boat. Great way to show we're not just doing things digitally, but we're getting your boat out there every single way. Now let's break down how to replicate this. Not very difficult whatsoever, but you will need Adobe Acrobat or something similar that allows you to edit PDFs. Now that you know exactly what this 64 Azimuth information holds, let's talk about how we can break down each and every section to replicate. This is the example given for a prepared and finished document. What will be given to you to replace is this. A very similar looking listing report, but all the main sections that are customized to the boat are empty. Here would go the month and year of the listing report in addition to the owner's name. The next section, the boat information there, and lastly, the broker's information below with a photo. That's page 1, and that's specific to using a PDF editor like Adobe Acrobat. What you'll do is you'll take Century Gothic, which is the font, and you'll make sure that the size fits to look the same, and it's white background here, it's orange up at the top and orange at the bottom, and make sure that you have the specifics there. That's page 1. Continuing to page 2, if we go back to the example, this set list will remain the same. What will change are two things. To replicate, you'll get all the links for the specific boat. You'll either Google this or go to the website and then search within the website, and you'll add links to it within Adobe Acrobat. And if there isn't a boat listed within Boat International, whatever any of these listings have, you make sure you put in a parentheses, not applicable, as was the case for Boat International, Sail Magazine, Superyachts.com with the 64 Azimuth. To give an example of how to edit this within Acrobat, I'll show you. Using page 2 and using Acrobat, which is currently open to view this, you right-click on any section. So for instance, Boat International, I would right-click and edit text and images. Now this is for Adobe Acrobat. If there's something that you're using that also edits PDFs but is not Adobe Acrobat, make sure you get to use it because it's similar. Now we have the option of adding an edit or editing a link. We click on that, and what pops up are sections that already have links. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'll highlight Boat Wizard, industry only there, highlight it, and now it gives me this option, create link. I can either go to a page view, which we did with page 1, it jumped to page 2, page 3 depending on the text, or for the purposes of this page, which is the most important, you want to open a web page. So you click open a web page, make sure it's invisible, that there's no highlighting so it's not visible to the viewer, but yet they can click on it. You click next, and here you would paste in the link from any URL, whether it's boats.com listing, the Yacht Council or Yacht World or any of those, you paste in here and press OK. I'm not, because we don't need to paste Boat International. That's it for editing within a PDF. Excuse me. Traffic reports. This number will be given so that you can put this in, again, Century Gothic, matching the size, and it goes right there. Very simple. It's for a specific date, so that date will be generated as well, and that will be provided. Going on to page 4, inquiries. Another set of numbers that will be provided by the broker. This is something only the broker knows the answer to, but will be provided in the initial email to give to you the assignment. Page 5, appraisal and market report. As it stands right now, what will be done is this information will be provided in the email with the assignment, and your purpose is to copy and paste it within Acrobat. If that's not something we do, we'll work around, and that'll be something handled internally. So for now, the instructions will be given for page 5 down the road. Page 6. Page 6 will have an attached PDF from Yacht Council, and the number of pages will be determined by the listing itself. And the last page, page 7, additional marketing. Based on the yacht, broker, and the places that they've published their listing, you'll be able to find it, whether it's a YouTube video, whether it's a print ad as seen here. All of those things add value to the boat and add value to the broker and saying we're getting your information, your boat out there. Wrapping everything up, I want to discuss what needs to be done with the PDF. Each page will be done independently, and then within Acrobat you'll collect all of that information and group it. I'll show you how to do that now. When you open up Acrobat or a program similar to this, there should be an option to combine files into PDF. Click on that and it'll give you the option to drag and drop your files. So if I'm dragging and dropping a couple of pages for the purposes of this template, a video review, I'm going to throw in 2 of the template pages we'll be using. You'll do this with all 8 pages within our report, and you can reorder it. So if you don't throw it in the right way, you can reorder it to go page 1, page 2 down the line. You can resize, you can do everything. Now from here you combine files and you're set. That makes it one PDF. The last step is to make sure once they're combined and opened up that you create a save that makes this file small enough to send in an email. Independently, using the 64 Azimuth as an example, the file size was over 40 megabytes, far too large to send in an email. That exceeds the 25 megabyte limit for most email browsers. For our purposes, we want to keep it under 25. We do that by going to Save As. You save it wherever you need to save it for the purposes of sending it. And then under Format, you save Adobe PDF Files Optimize. Now when you do this, you may receive this prompt that says you need to save the original before you save it optimized. Do you want to save and continue? Yes. Save the original and the size that it will be, which may be over 40 megs depending on the boat. But make sure that this section is saved as an optimized. That will make it available to send in an email. The saving process itself may take some time once you click yes and you save it optimized. It takes maybe 2 minutes to completely do that. But once it's done, you're ready to send back to me, Thomas@DenisonYachtSales.com, and you're set. You'll be done. If you have any questions with this, by all means, let me know. My name again is Thomas Chambers with Denison Yacht Sales. My email, Thomas@DenisonYachtSales.com. Thank you.